Dude Perfect originated back in 2009 at Texas A&M University. We all hit it off pretty quick. We were in a Bible study together. We were playing basketball at the rec. Ended up living together, and we were always competing, always having fun, trying to figure out a game to play or a competition to have, making, bets with each other, whatever it may be. And pretty soon we had this compilation of basketball shots, put it on YouTube, more so just to kind of show our friends. And 2 days later, Good Morning America somehow got a hold of one of our phone numbers and called us and said, hey, we would love to put your video on TV. And we were like, man, that was really cool that we just kind of put this together and all these people watched it, enjoyed it. And so we were like, it would be insane if we could go up to the top of Kyle Field, throw a basketball off, make the world's longest basketball shot. About 2.5 hours later, we made the world's longest basketball shot. It gets like 2 million views in a span of less than a week. GMC reaches out to us and they want to pay us to make a video for them to air during the NBA Finals, during the FIFA World Cup, and that was unbelievably exciting for us, and at the same time, we just had absolutely no idea what we were getting into. You started off making these basketball trick shot videos, and then we were like, okay, well, if we're gonna make this last, we've got to diversify our content. And to us, that was, well, now we'll make football trick shot videos, and soon figured out, okay, well, it's gonna have to be a little bit more than that. So we started making these battle videos and stereotypes and overtime and created all these different series, and then we created apps for the phone and books and did 3 seasons of television, and we are on our 4th tour coming up next summer. And so I think every year for us continues to blow our expectations out of the water. As far as the Dude Perfect team goes, we tell people we're more like brothers than friends at this point because we spend probably more time with each other than we do our families. And it's just amazing to look back and see just all of these pieces going years back that led to where we are today and to the platform that we have and the opportunity that we have in front of us.
So I met Tyler on the way back home from a beach camp trip with our church. I was dating another guy at the time. I was sitting next to him.
They ended up coming over to our house. We became best friends for like 4 or 5 years, hanging out every summer with like no intention of dating or anything like that.
We just hung out at his house every single day, swam, rode 4-wheelers, did donuts on dirt roads, and I guess that's when my crush started on Tyler, because I just was like, I've never met a guy like this before. Tyler was the epitome of adventure. I mean, everything we did was just a blast. I mean, it wasn't ever just a dull moment.
It wasn't until my junior year when we kind of first started talking about like dating and what that would actually look like, which even then was weird for us because we had been friends for so long and we knew each other so well already. But I think that was a good basis, starting point for our relationship.
So in that moment, I just chose, okay, I think I want to choose adventure. I want to choose fun, which I think is so telling to how our life has kind of spun out since then, because it's interesting that was kind of my pull to Tyler, was adventure and fun. And that's what his career is now. It's adventure and fun. I'll never forget one morning, one of my best friends woke me up and she was like, have you seen that Tyler's on Good Morning America? I was like, what? And I look at it and it's their very first trick shot video had gone viral, essentially. And, in my head, I'm like, of course he did. And then when we got married, he was doing Dude Perfect stuff on the side. So they were still filming videos at that point. And it was just a weekend gig. He would, do his 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays. And he would somehow squeeze in filming a Dude Perfect video. At the time, it was just kind of his hobby. That's how I viewed it. But Tyler came to me one night and said, hey, I think I'm gonna quit my job and we're gonna do this Dude Perfect thing full time. And naturally, I'm like, no, because we have a mortgage and, we just got married, and no, like that's so risky. But he, over a couple days convinced me, well, the other guys are quitting and the other wives are on board, and I remember telling Tyler, you've got a year. You've got a year to prove to me that you can do this.
Had all these opportunities coming our way. We weren't having to go seek out these business opportunities. They were all coming to us. All these athletes and brands were wanting to work with us. And it was so evident at that time, this is the direction that you're meant to go.
So we took that leap of faith, and watching Tyler have so much joy in that first year doing it, I quickly realized I want to feel that same joy too. He was getting to pursue his dreams. He was getting to do what he wanted to do, and I had jealousy of that. I was like, I want to do that too. We took another leap of faith with me quitting my graphic design job to become a special education aide. So we were both in a place where we were both so fulfilled with what we were doing. His success really took off at a time when I felt like God was calling us to start a family. We started trying for a baby, and I miscarried several times, and it was just devastating to me and heartbreaking because, I'm watching my husband be on top of the world, doing all these really cool things where I'm at home in pain and just heartbroken and confused and angry. I was so angry at God during that season of our life because I just felt like God was ignoring me and that he wasn't hearing my requests for things. And so for me, a lot of resentment started to build up because I was watching my husband go to these red carpet events, meet these celebrities, do these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities over and over again. And I'm at home just broken.
I very much had the attitude of, okay, well, we've got to make hay while the sun's shining because there's no telling how long this opportunity is going to last. We've probably only got another year, maybe two at this, and not sure that I managed it the best as far as a, family perspective of making Bethany a priority. I think early on, I put more emphasis and more weight on these dude perfect opportunities and the chances that we had to film with these athletes and celebrities. And I know all the wives are so tired of hearing we've got this once in a lifetime opportunity that we got to take advantage of. And I think early on our families kind of got put on the back burner.
I looked at Tyler and I said, I don't want to do this.
All this surfaced and kind of blew up back in October of 2020.
He was broken. I think it was the first time he was like, I think I've screwed up.
We were not in a good place. I was not the husband to Bethany that I needed to be. I was not the dad to my kids that I needed to be. One of my buddies walked in, gave me a big hug. He said, I'm here for you.
Christ was not first in our marriage. Dude Perfect was first in our marriage.